It's thinking.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We should all have the join.
Thank you. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Hunt? Here. Councilmember Schumacher?
Here.
Councilmember Packard?
Present.
Councilmember Grossman?
Here.
Councilmember Anderson?
Here.
Vice Mayor Nye?
Here.
Mayor Kilpagura?
Present.
We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome everyone who's in attendance and at home. We're just going to move right on to item 4, our proclamations. And 4A is Kids to Park Day 2020. Clerk, is that you?
Yep. Kids to Parks Day. Whereas May 16, 2020 is the 9th Kids to Parks Day organized and launched by the National Park Trust, held annually on the 3rd Saturday of May. And whereas Kids to Parks Day empowers kids and encourages families to get outdoors and visit America's parks. And whereas it is important to introduce a new generation to our nation's parks. And whereas we should encourage children to lead a more active lifestyle to combat the issues of childhood obesity, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and hypercholesterolemia. And whereas Kids to Parks Day is open to all children and adults across the country to encourage a large and diverse group of participants. And whereas Kids to Parks Day will broaden children's appreciation for nature and outdoors. And now, therefore, I, Kilpagura, Mayor of the Town of Prescott Valley, Arizona, do hereby declare May 1st, 2020 as Kids to Parks Day and urge the residents of Prescott Valley to make time on this declared day to take the children in their lives to a neighborhood, state, or national park.
Thank you, ma'am. And moving on, item 4B is National Water Safety Month 2020. Clerk, is that you again?
National Water Safety Month. Whereas the citizens of Prescott Valley recognize that swimming and aquatic-related activities relate to good physical and mental health and enhance the quality of life for all people. And whereas the citizens of Prescott Valley understand the essential role that the water safety education plays in preventing drowning and recreational water-related injuries. And whereas the citizens of Prescott Valley are aware of the contributions made by the recreational water industry as represented by the organizations involved in the National Water Safety Month Coalition in developing safe swimming facilities, aquatic programs, home pools and spas, and related activities providing healthy places to recreate, learn, and grow, build self-esteem, confidence, and sense of self-worth, which contributes to the quality of life in our community. And whereas the citizens of Prescott Valley recognize the ongoing efforts and commitment to educate the public on pool and spa safety issues and initiatives by the pool, spa, water park, recreation, and parks industries. And whereas the citizens of Prescott Valley understand the vital importance of communicating water safety rules and programs to families and individuals of all ages, whether owners of private pools, users of public swimming facilities, or visitors to natural resources. Now, therefore, I, Kilpagura, Mayor of the Town of Prescott Valley, to hereby proclaim the month of May 2020 as National Water Safety Month in Prescott Valley, and I urge all citizens to support and promote this observance.
Thank you, ma'am. Move on to item 5, council comments. Start on the end if Mr. Packard.
A comment?
No, we're at council comments right now. I just didn't know
Okay.
if you had anything, sir. We're starting with you first.
I want to talk about what Casey has done. This is a really good deal. He's got these things so we can read them now. They're not blurred. It's wonderful. Thanks a lot, Casey. I appreciate it.
Nicely done, sir. And I concur. Absolutely. Looks great on our end. Councilwoman.
I do have a comment as a citizen and working in the construction factor. We had someone who put a whole lot of glass out on a roadway over on Ashley Drive, and I just wanted to do a shout out to our public works, of course, for our road maintenance crew. Alex Romero and Jason were right out there and got the mess cleaned up, and it was a lot of glass, and so I just wanted to say thank you because they didn't know who it was that was calling and responded very well, and they're just amazing crew. So just wanted to say thank you.
Nice. Councilman? I just want to remind everyone that May 2nd, which will be next Saturday, is our no-charge dump day. I've been told not to say free dump day, so it's a no-charge dump day. Again, it's on the end of Valley Road past Ace Distribution Center. There's a map on our website if you just want to check that out as well. So it's open to Prescott Valley residents as well as unincorporated county residents. And then also to let everyone know that's out there, if you need any COVID-19 updates, please go to the Town of Prescott Valley's webpage. We have a drop-down button. You click on it, and it'll share with you any information we have on COVID-19, updated number of positive outbreaks, as well as some resources that you can go to as well. So keep that in mind, everyone. That's all I have.
I want to thank our town manager, Larry Tarkowski. He made sure that our beautiful, huge American flag that got ripped in a storm a couple weeks ago got replaced. And along with that, I want to thank all of the employees who are flying them on their cars. And I especially want to honor the employees of Prescott Valley for going above and beyond. And I haven't noted one losing their patience. That's to be commended upon.
Councilman?
Yes, I just want a few shout-outs out there to just thank all our first responders and those working in the health community during this pandemic, what they're going through. Also, I want to thank the community, the citizens, for participating and wearing masks and protective equipment and keeping their distances, because we've had so few new cases and the curve is definitely flattening out. And on a separate note, I just want to say yesterday was the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Unfortunately, we were not able to participate in any large events because of the pandemic, but there were a lot of people out there. I was a part of a couple of Zoom meetings yesterday and today regarding Earth Day. So, it's unfortunate we couldn't celebrate the 50th the way we would have liked to, but it's out there. But it's my opinion that we should be celebrating Earth Day every day. So let's take care of ourselves, our Earth. This pandemic with all the cars and everything not being on the road, you could see Los Angeles now from the sky. It's not covered in fog, and the water rates are clearer, and the air pollution is reduced greatly. So the fact that there are fewer cars on the road is definitely helping our community and our Earth. So thank you.
Councilwoman?
Very well said, Marty. Thank you. I did a council chat, and it's on our YouTube channel now with Frank Almendares from YRMC. It's a little update on COVID. And also, I want to give a shout out to SIMPO, who has been apportioned by Congress $3.52 million in CARES Act for transit. So congratulations, I guess, if they choose to accept it. And then also I got this nice little text from a resident who wanted to give a shout out to Jackie Arthur in Prescott Valley, who to date has made and given away close to 1,600 masks made from her quilting materials. And I know there's a lot of people making and giving masks, but I wanted to give a shout out to Jackie Arthur because 1,600 is a lot.
Did it? Nicely done. All right, folks, moving on to item 6, consent agenda. All matters listed under consent agenda are considered routine by the town council. It will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately for discussion and possible action. Council, we've all had a chance to review it. Is there any questions, comments? Do we need to pull anything at this time? And if not, I would entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented by electronic vote.
I'll second.
Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Packard?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nye?
Yes.
That passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on, item 7A, zoning map change, ZMC 20-002, Prescott Charities. Mr. Parker is present. Is there any additional information that council needs to hear? No, sir. Council, is there any comments or questions in reference to this? We heard it last time at council.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the item by electronic vote.
First, we're going to ask for the clerk to read the motion or read the ordinance.
Sorry.
This is the second reading. Ordinance number 876. An ordinance of the mayor and common council of the town of Prescott Valley, a municipal corporation of Arizona, amending the town zoning map ZMC 20-002 to change the zoning classification of a 1-acre parcel APN 103-05-009J from C2 PAD Commercial General Sales and Service Planned Area Development zoning to RSPAD Residential and Services Planned Area Development zoning, and providing that this ordinance shall be effective 30 days after its passage and approval according to law.
Thank you, ma'am. Shall this ordinance pass?
Give me 1 second. Vice Mayor Nye?
Yes.
Councilmember Packard?
Yes.
That passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we're moving on to item 8, new business. Final development plan, FDP 20-002. Again, Prescott Charities. Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. You're considering a final development plan. You just previously read and passed the ordinance which created the zoning for these two 5,500 square foot dwelling units. These are communal units, multiple family. There'll be multiple unrelated people residing here as part of Prescott Charities. This preliminary development plan, and then subsequently, if you can show me the next one, elevation previously in a preliminary form was presented to the Planning and Zoning Commission in concert with their consideration of the zoning map change. The Planning and Zoning Commission has approved the preliminary development plan that now comes to you in a final development plan form. We've received no objections to this proposed change of use or the configuration of the site plan. I'd respond to any questions you may have.
Council, we have any questions? I believe we went over this. I can not emphasize enough how great this is, and I look forward to them breaking ground and helping out our community with this. So with that being said, can we get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the item by electronic vote.
Can we
I'll
second?
second.
Clerk with a motion and a second, please call the vote.
Second.
Vice Mayor Nye?
That's a big yes.
Councilmember Packard?
Yes.
That passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 8B, parking lot rehabilitation project, Parks, CIP number 474. Mr. Elmer, welcome.
Good evening, Council. So what we're looking at here is a park rehabilitation project where we're going to go into some of our parks that are seeing our parking lots starting to break down over time. And this is a slurry that we've used at the police department. We've used it here at the Civic Center. It's very much in line with former projects that we've done. We've been very happy with the product. So we're going to step into these parks and put a slurry down and try and preserve these parking lots so that we don't need to do a major overhaul anytime in the near future.
Any questions for Jason?
I have one. What is the slurry comprised of? Is it still tar?
It's a tar asphalt mix. Sometimes there's some rubbering agents in it also, but yes.
Okay, thank you.
And the slurry is a sand oil mixture as opposed to asphalt, which is a rock oil mixture.
Okay.
So it goes down very nicely and flows really well. So if you, on your way out to your vehicle this evening, take a look and you will see what slurry is. And
Okay.
it's more affordable than asphalt.
Awesome. That's the best part.
Did I miss it in regards to what the 4 parks are?
The four parks that we're going to do are going to be Casa Community Center Park, Antelope Park. We removed Bronco Park at this time, Viewpoint Park, and the fourth one I believe was going to be a Tonto, one of the Tonto parks.
One of the Tontos.
Yes.
Vice Mayor?
I just want to thank you for being proactive. I'm delighted that we have the availability to not wait.
Councilwoman?
Jason, I want to thank you for addressing that email I sent you today from YCCA, and I understand you did increase it to 2 years, and you clarified the name with the contractor.
That is correct.
So thank you.
All of these things have been updated and will be corrected via the contract before it is signed.
Thank you, ma'am. Council, if there's no other questions or comments, time for a motion.
I'll make a motion to award a contract for the parking lot rehabilitation in 4 neighborhood parks to Regional Pavement Maintenance in the amount of $43,750.65 by electronic vote.
I'd like to second that.
Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Packard,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nye.
Yes.
That passes unanimously, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jason. We're moving right along, folks. We're on item 9 right now. Comments from the public. Consideration and discussion of general unscheduled comments from the public. Those wishing to address the council need not request permission in advance. Any such remarks shall be addressed to the council as a whole and not to any member thereof. Such remarks shall be limited to 5 minutes unless additional time is granted by the mayor. At the conclusion of the unscheduled comments, individual members of the council may respond to the item addressed at the discretion of the mayor, or they may ask the town manager to review the matter or ask that the matter be placed on a future agenda. Now, here's a time where we kind of take a few moments to see if there's any callers or anyone online. And I'm being advised that currently there's no one on the computer. Again, what's the phone number if someone wished to call in? 759 3098. So again, it's 928-759-3098 if you wish to have some comments. Guessing that's a no. Is it, Chief, is there anyone outside? Do we know? Guessing? Chief? No. Thank you. Mr. Parker.
Just really quickly, you all know Joe Scott. Joe Scott's been a planner in the Community Development Department for just shy of 25 years, and he's elected to retire from our organization. It'll be coming up in May, so if we have an opportunity, if we get back to business as usual, I'd like to bring him in front of you and have you help me celebrate his contributions to this community. If we are not open for business, I'd like an opportunity to come back later if I can get him to show up in his retirement, and I hope we can also recognize him at that time. Second thing is I had a chance to drive down to Long Mesa on a professional reason, and I was struck by the number of people that were waiting in line for food at the food bank. So for those at home, for anybody that can make a difference, I'd encourage you to make a donation to the food bank because there are hungry people out there. Thank you.
You're absolutely correct. And the Yavapai County, or the food bank that we have here in Prescott Valley is one of the largest in the state. So it's something to keep in mind in regards to that. And it's not only dry foods, but refrigerated foods. And I'm sure you could reach out either and make a contribution money or food-wise. So that's important. Thank you for bringing that up. Casey, we still have no one? All right. And folks, we're moving on to item 10. We need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Clerk, please call the vote.
Councilmember Packard,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nye,
You bet.
Councilmember Hunt. Thank you. That passes unanimously.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, everyone, for showing up, and have a great night.